Hello, America. This is Call of Duty Goddess. Today is June the 16th, 2017. Can Black Lives Matter be sued? A federal judge to decide. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Black Lives Matter is a movement, not an organization that can be sued by a Louisiana police officer who was injured at a protest after a deadly police shooting, a prominent activist attorney argued on Wednesday. DeRay McKeeson's lawyer, DeRay McKeeson. Isn't DeRay McKeeson the Black Lives Matter leader that lives in a home owned by Soros Open Society board member? Yeah, I thought it was. Anyway, back to the story. DeRay McKeeson's lawyer, William Gibbons, urged U.S. District Judge Brian Jackson to dismiss a Baton Rouge police officer's lawsuit against Black Lives Matter and the Baltimore-based activists. The judge said he would rule within the coming days after hearing from attorneys. McKeeson was one of nearly 200 protesters arrested after the July 2016 shooting death of Alton Sterling, a black man shot and killed by a white officer during a struggle outside a Baton Rouge convenience store. Gibbons said Black Lives Matter doesn't have a governing body, dues, paying members, or bylaws. At best, the lawyer argued, it's a community of interest. This is a movement, and there isn't a person who is responsible for it, or the leader or the founder of it, he told the judge. The unidentified officer claims a piece of concrete, a rock-like substance, struck him in the face during a July 9th protest over Sterling's death. The officer's lawsuit says he lost teeth and received injuries to his jaw and brain. So let's see if in fact Black Lives Matter can be sued. We'll start with going to the Black Lives Matter website, and we're going to click on the donate button. And if we want to donate, let's find out if our donation is tax deductible. Your donation is a tax deductible contribution to 1,000 Currents, formerly IDEX, for the Black Lives Matter network. 1,000 Currents is a 501c3 tax-exempt organization for both federal and state purposes and provides services such as fiduciary oversight, financial management, and other staff and administrative services to BLM. As a 501c3 nonprofit, 1,000 Currents is able to receive grants and tax-deductible donations and gifts on behalf of BLM. I'm no attorney, but if 1,000 Currents, which is formerly IDEX, can receive grants and tax-deductible donations and gifts on behalf of BLM, well then, they can pay out lawsuits on behalf of BLM. The suit doesn't accuse McKeeson of throwing anything, but it claims he incited violence on behalf of Black Lives Matter. The suit also claims McKeeson was in charge of the protests and he was seen and heard giving orders. The officer's attorneys sued McKeeson individually but also served him and 3 other activists with the suit as alleged agents of Black Lives Matter. Now, let's go to 1,000 Currents and IDEX and see what they say their relationship with Black Lives Matter is. A 30-year-old international grant-making organization, IDEX, provides fiduciary oversight. Let's see exactly what fiduciary oversight is. I'm at the National Council of Nonprofits. Board roles and responsibilities. Board members are the fiduciaries who steer the organization towards a sustainable future by adopting sound, ethical, and legal governance and financial management policies, as well as by making sure the nonprofit has adequate resources to advance its mission. Therefore, 1,000 Currents, IDEX, and Black Lives Matter all agree that 1,000 Currents, formerly IDEX, is the fiduciary for Black Lives Matter. Well, guess who the police officer would have to sue in order to get money out of BLM? It's 1,000 Currents. So now what we'll do is scroll down and take a closer look at Thousand Currents and IDEX along with Black Lives Matter from the Thousand Currents websites because they're the ones that have all the cash. Well, it does say right here with 37 chapters in the US and 5 chapters outside, hashtag Black Lives Matter has resonated all over the globe and is expanding. BLM approached IDEX to create this partnership because IDEX has the experience and skills to support BLM as they build solidarity with global organizations and movements. The organizations have developed a binding legal agreement of coordination and cooperation over the last year. Well, would you look at that? It looks as though IDEX is responsible for BLM, and it looks like they say it right here. So my opinion is the fiduciary of Black Lives Matter, which is IDEX, also known as Thousand Currents, are the ones that should be sued. This Call Duty Goddess signing off, and as always, I've got your 6.